Good evening, everyone, and welcome. This is Twist Gaming, where you get to play board games with us. We're coming to you live from our studio here in sunny South Florida, bringing you another one of our fantastic Spotlight streams. But first up, some introductions. As per usual, I'm Matt.
I'm Stefan.
I'm Josh.
And we are joined today with Mike and Alex from Lethal Chicken Games. How you doing, gentlemen?
Hey, what's up?
Great. How are you?
Very good. I'm very excited to play. So tonight we're going to be showing off WTF What the Film, a new game from Lethal Chicken Games. And can you give us a little bit of a backstory on what the film is?
Let me go. You
Sure.
go?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. I'm going. Sorry. So what the film is essentially a party game where you make movies and you mess up other people's movies and you kind of pick on your friends. And oddly enough, when the film was created, actually during the hurricane season out here in Florida, we were down in Fort Myers helping some cleanup. So what other thing would you want to do besides chopping trees and making party games in a tent, sweaty and stinky? So yeah, that's what the film was fleshed out during like a service project, which was a neat experience in its own. Yeah, so it's essentially just a light party game that you could just pitch crazy movies and you have to fight the people at the table and a odd time that I'm sure we'll get into later. I don't know if you got anything to add to that.
No, I mean, just basically you, out of your handful of cards, you play an actor, plot, and set card, and then that's what makes your movie. So you might have, like, the Pope discovers his superhero powers on a Ferris wheel, and then you would make up a movie accordingly. So it might be something like, well, the Pope was on the Ferris wheel, and he was, and it broke down, and he was about to fall to his death when all of a sudden he discovered he had superhero powers. And anyway, then you could kind of take it from there. So
yeah, it was kind of designed too to be like as elaborate, because we play with a ton of introverted people, which is so much fun when you play a party game with introverted people. So our task was like, okay, we want to make it just uncomfortable enough as far as writing to make somebody like, take off their tie and go like, no, I'm winning this dang game. And we've seen it happen. So we've seen like super introverted people go, wait a minute, I'm liking a party game where I have to talk to people. So that's kind of what we intended for.
But not offensive that you would not want to play it with your mother.
Yeah, I played it with my mom. I played with my mom. My mom's like my best friend. I have no friends.
Well, I feel like it's one of those party games where you could make it offensive if you wanted to, but out of the box, it's not.
That's true. Yeah. That is true.
Depending on your group of friends,
yeah.
But it's fun pushing the envelope.
Oh, yeah.
So, Matt, I see you have a couple example cards.
Yeah, I got a few example cards here that I could show off. So this is one of the plot cards here. So, plot you're kidnapped while traveling abroad. It's like Taken there. It's typical movie trope. How about in the middle of a blizzard? This is one of our set cards there. And then we've got our actor is the beard snob.
Yes. Yes.
That's Mike's favorite.
That's me and middle guy. We're beard.
I just chopped the beard off not too long ago. It was right here. I could have related with that card so well.
So I got to ask, why movies? Is there a specific reason, or is it just a love of the film industry there?
There is a reason, actually. So I'm actually not a huge gamer. I kind of came into this. I have a video production company, and I've been shooting video. I've done music videos. Had a movie at Sundance a few years back. And so, movies was kind of my background. And, my gaming experience was, kind of limited to like Candyland and Monopoly.
He's awesome at Candyland. So good.
I know that's like a super faux pas thing to say now, but I mean, that's kind of where I was at. And so Mike and I, when we're neighbors and we live not too far from each other, and we were both down in, like he said, we're both down in Fort Myers helping with the cleanup for the hurricane. We were just chit-chatting, and then that night we stayed and we ended up sharing a tent, and before kind of going out the next day, and we were just talking about, like, he was talking about games and we were talking about movies, and I'd written a script, and we kind of like talked about making a game based off of the script that I had written, and then that's kind of where what the film came from. And then he was just like, let's make a let's make a game. And I was like, okay, let's do it. And then it just kind of snowballed from there, and it just seemed like a good thing to do. And here we are about 4 months later or so.
Yeah. So the turnover was, we were like super shocked on the turnover. We stayed up pretty late that night, and we had a lot of the premise of the game like fleshed out. And you know, I'm like one of those guys. Like I like heavy games. Like I'm the gamer of the group. I like heavy games, but there's just something about the simplicity where you could pull it out at you know, Christmas and just have a bunch of laugh. That I just dig social interaction. So that's kind of what our mantra is as a company. We just want to make games that people are just fun. It's just fun playing.
Yeah, there's something to be said about being able to pull out a game and play it with just about anyone.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I got to ask, with the way that you get these customizations here of what you're pitching and just the kind of craziness that you see around, for the question for the both of you, what's your favorite scenario that you've had come up? What's your favorite pitch that you've had to do?
Oh man. You want to go first? I think I got a couple off head.
No, go ahead.
So I have one that I thought was super fun. It didn't happen to me, but it happened to a game I was playing in. So my dad and my mom are like our biggest fans. So I mean, that's like every startup story. But my dad's a super introvert guy. Like he's really quiet, and it takes a lot to get him to come out of his shell. So we played. That was one of the first games we played.
That was funny.
He drew, I think it was the Pope finding his superpowers in the middle of church.
Yes.
The craziest thing was not only did he pitch it, but he got so into it that he like jumped off of the chair, and he was mimicking the whole like he flew out the window So that, I mean, for me it was that one, and then I think I had one a couple of days ago that was like. The president of the United States was assigned to assassinate the president of the United States, but he had narcolepsy. So it turned into this thing where like I have to kill myself on the Ferris wheel, but I can't fall asleep. Which I mean, you know, some of these situations get really twisted, and people are like, well, "You're sick in the head, man. There's something wrong with you." Yeah. So
I think one of my favorites is actually on video. It's on our YouTube channel, and once our Kickstarter goes live tomorrow, it's on there. So we live in Florida, and I have an office in California. I moved here about a year and a half ago, and I kept my office there. And yeah, I go back and forth, and so anyway, but it's in a great, like I just couldn't give it up. It's in a great space. We're in the same complex as James Cameron, and it's just a cool place. That's all there is to it. So I kept my office. So I was out in California a few weeks ago and playing. We got a group together of people to play What the Film, and we had a couple people that that have had their day of notoriety, and
so random.
Funny. So one of them she's a good friend of mine. Her name is Karen Richmond, and back in the '80s they did kind of a remake of the show Gidget, and it was called The New Gidget, and she was Gidget in this show. It was on the air for a couple seasons, and so she was there. She was playing this game, and she's on our videos because she's so funny and she's so animated. And she runs in like these crazy circles of people. She's like, hey, maybe we could like play with Ray Romano and his wife, and Brad Garrett and his wife, and we're like, what? We just made a game in a tent. So Ray was in New York shooting a movie with Scorsese, and she's like, oh, I know who would enjoy this game. She's like, Christopher Knight would have fun playing this game, who was Peter Brady in the Brady Bunch. So sure enough, he comes. So it was Christopher Knight and Karen Richmond and
a couple of their
then three of their friends, husband and wife, and then this other lady. And so anyway, Christopher Knight didn't want to be on.
I hope Peter's not watching this.
Sorry, Christopher. Anyway, he didn't want to be on camera, which is fine. And so we just shot the other side of the table, and one of Karen's friends, Kiki, she gave this pitch, and her cards were what was it? Oh, a pizza delivery man.
Yeah. A marathon,
and
walks
into a drug cartel. And so she does this pitch, and she talks about how the pizza delivery man was, walks into this drug cartel, and he starts finding all these pieces of drugs.
Pieces of drugs. She uses the word pieces of drugs.
Pieces of drugs.
I know it's not called pieces of drugs, but pieces of drugs. And then he jumps out the window, and
he thinks he's in the Brady
Bunch.
And
he's hallucinating, and all of a sudden he's in the middle of the LA Marathon, and who's there but the entire cast of the Brady Bunch? Anyways, just goes on. It's funny. It was really funny. We were dying laughing. So that's probably one of my favorites, and it's on video. So it'll be up on our Kickstarter page tomorrow. It's part of our that big long
spiel.
Yeah, spiel. Under reviews, it's in there, or it's on YouTube under our Lethal Chicken channel right now. So those are my favorites.
And the Kickstarter is launching tomorrow at noon, you said?
Yep, noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific.
That's awesome. So I do have to ask, though, you mentioned that you're in kind of the same compound as James Cameron. Is that unfair if James Cameron plays this game?
Oh, wouldn't that be amazing?
That would be great.
That place is alive right now. They're shooting Avatar 2, 3, 4,
7,
and 5
12.
over there. And they've got these big water tanks that's constantly pumping water. And let's see, last time I was there, they had, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't, I'm probably not supposed to be saying this, but I didn't.
You're gonna get us in trouble.
I didn't sign an NDA, so I think I'm good.
3, 4, and 5
We're gonna get fired before we start.
But yeah, there were all these little people walking around. Some were kids, some were adults, but same size as kids, and all in these wetsuits with dots all over them. It was crazy. So I stopped and talked with one of them. I was just like, "How did you end up working on Avatar?" And she's like, "Well, I've been in acting for a couple years, and my agent called me." She's like, "Ultimately, I was just the right size."
Oh man. See, I never do that. They never do that for me. I'm a fat guy. They never do "Hey, you're just the right size in this movie. We need a fat, out of shape guy with a beard."
I think you get some competition from us for that role.
Hey, I'll take you on, middle guy. I don't care, man.
So without any further ado, I think let's start getting into the rules explanation for this game here. So as you were saying, this game is all about pitching random movie ideas to the group and getting people to vote for yours as the best. And again, this is all randomized based off of the cards that you have. So we're each going to start off with a set number of cards in our hand. That's going to be 7 cards in total, and then the plot, the setting, and the actors are all mixed together into one big pile, and we're just going to deal those out randomly, correct?
Yeah, and it's a big pile, man. We got 400 cards in there, so we kind of we were talking to somebody last week, and they're like, "Why 400?" We're like, "Why not 400?"
Because we just kept coming up with ideas.
Yeah, we couldn't cut anything. It sucked.
I think it should be 436.
Yeah, there you go.
Just leave it with that 36 number.
That's the expansion.
That's true. On Kickstarter, it's going to be 412.
Yeah, it'll be 412 with the Kickstarter exclusive.
You just need more stretch goals.
If we have enough stretch, maybe
we got a really cool stretch. Dude, I'm so excited about our one stretch.
Oh yeah, we got some funny ones. We got some good ones.
There's some funny stuff there.
Should we spill some secrets tonight?
We can spill some secrets a little bit later if you want.
Oh, I can't wait to weasel those out of you.
So 7 cards?
We have some celebrities in our game.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. We have celebrities in our game.
Random people, and I love it so much.
I know. It's great.
So we're each drawn 7 cards from the main deck here, and then there's also a supplementary deck here of industry cards that are going to kind of augment the gameplay itself as well. Can you tell us a little bit about the industry cards?
Well, the industry cards, I love take that in games. I'm kind of I love a good Euro game, but I'm Ameritrash at its core, and I want to mess with everyone at the table at all times. So we gave the option to do that with the industry cards. So it's we have the play immediately and the play and discards, and basically what they do is like you said, they alter certain things in the game. So you have 30, like, you have a time limit. We'll talk about it. We have a time limit, but someone might play a card that forces you to change your movie into a romantic comedy. So here you are having that Pope situation. You got to turn it into a romantic comedy, and you're like, oh, this is awesome. So yeah, it's other than that, and then we've got like some of the cards. We've got some mean stuff in there, man. Like, the person who like is most in need of a makeover. I guarantee you, if you play that card in a table full of girls, you're going to get smacked in the face. Because you literally have to take cards from the person that you think needs the most makeover, like, or they discard cards that need the makeover the most. Yeah. So we have like the most narcissistic. So we kind of got like, we wanted to just make, the situation too is icebreaker enough, but we just wanted to take it to the next level. And we've seen a lot of party games do like, okay, play your 3 cards and we'll vote, and things sway, and then like there's cards in there that too, like, hey, I suck at like I call them the Mike sucks game, get like cards, because I always hoard these cards that will let me steal points from a winning movie. So there's kind of like we get like the randomness is not for everybody, and there's like it's a party game, but so we want people kind of like a little mad at each other and a little laughter at the table from it. So. Yeah, we want to break up friendships.
And you can play industry card on industry card as well. So if someone plays, a romantic comedy on Mike's movie, I could turn around and play, and you got to make it a horror romantic comedy.
Yeah, so they get really
with
weird.
The Pope.
So we had one go. What was it? A western. It was a western fantasy war movie. And it was like with I think the main character was like an annoyed teenager or like a barista or something like that, and we're like, what is wrong with this?
So you could really just make life difficult for the other players.
Yeah, but and the way we did too, we designed it to the point. There's 100 cards in that deck as well, so we have it broken off where we have some cool stuff in there too that hey, you guys selected like a film festival winner, take 2 cards, or rummage through the discard pile, or So we've got a lot of cons in there that really stick it to people. But then we got some stuff that, hey, I want to play nice and I don't want to be that guy. But I say, if you don't want to be that guy, don't play with me, because I'm gonna get you.
All right, so can you take us through what the actions are in each turn? So what are we going to be expecting to do each turn?
Sure. You want to go?
Sure.
Yeah, go, you take that.
Okay, so each turn you draw back up to 7. So we're assuming that everything's already dealt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So each turn you draw back up to 7. And then you draw another industry card. And if you have an industry card in your hand, that actually counts as part of your 7 when you're drawing back up to 7. So let's say you've got 3 cards from the main deck, and then 1 industry card. You would have 4. You could draw 3 new cards to get you to 7. Then you draw 1 more industry card, so you end up with 8. So each turn you're going to get to draw an industry card. Then once everyone's drawn, the next step is resolve any play immediatelys on the industry card, and you just start with the play with the first player token.
Yeah, the director. There's like a director token. That person, that's just the first player marker, and they start the play immediately. So that's the upper hand of being first player. So
that's it.
That's it. Yeah, that's the sought after director card.
Right. And then after you've resolved the play immediatelys, then everyone just kind of simultaneously lays down their 3 cards, actor, plot, and set. If you don't have one of those, then you can rummage through the discard pile to select what you need.
Yeah, and then in the first round, if you don't say you don't have because it's a big deck, so there's times where you'll be like, oh man, I can't get a plot card. So what we did is the initial round, before there's a discard pile, you just go through the main deck until you get what you need, and then everything else just goes on the bottom of the deck. And then going forward, it becomes really interesting too that you have to pick through the discard pile, because now I have to come up with something. It's forcing people to come up with something new. Because if I use the same, the plot's the plot, but if I, have to use that card and that's the only one in the discard pile, now I have to get even more creative to utilize it again.
You have to spin it differently. So yeah, so then everyone plays their 3 cards at the same time, and once everyone kind of has their cards laid out, then you start going around, starting with the first player, and you pitch your movie. You have 36 seconds to pitch your movie.
Random. Love it.
And once you've gone around the table and everyone's pitched their movie, then you vote, and you just kind of everyone votes at the same time. If you want, you could do a countdown, say 1, 2, 3, vote.
Yeah, and then you hand your there's like award tokens. You hand those to the movie you think is the winner. That went right on your face. It's pretty awesome. Like a big Oscar monster. So you hand those simultaneously on the count of 3 to anyone at the table. You can't vote for yourself, which is pretty neat. So in that situation, the voting phase, if you say myself and Josh are tied, in the round, in everything except the last round, like if we're in a tie, we both get the points. So essentially, it's like good job for each of us. We originally designed it with the first player breaking the tie, and it got really like, if you play with bitter people, like, yeah. So we kind of just try to make it a little bit more fair. So yeah, you vote simultaneously on the count of 3, and the player with the most tokens at the table takes the 3 cards they played, or there's like industry cards that might alter that, but takes the 3 cards as a point. So scoring's super simple, and you play 6 rounds. The cards in front of you that you've won, the rounds you've won, you have those cards that you played taken from the game, and they're scored as points, and it's a 1-to-1 value.
And yes, voting for yourself is part of being a director, but unfortunately not in this game.
Yeah, we don't want to be. We already put ourselves in the game. We didn't want to be like too narcissistic about it.
So how many rounds does the game last?
It's 6 rounds, or until you're bored. I'm just kidding. So yeah, it's 6 rounds. Playing with eight players, like 6, we found 6 rounds would be kind of the sweet spot. Where like I think a lot of party games struggle with like, okay, I'm over it. So we thought that with the timer being 36 seconds, it's really quick rounds. For those who dig it, they could just play it again real quick. But 6 rounds, I think, was our sweet spot, just based on the numbers of players.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And so then my final question is, will you two be pitching with us this evening?
Oh, yes, we will.
Sure will.
Fantastic.
And I will lose again. Cheers.
So we've got our 7 cards here. We've also got our industry cards. I hope you guys have some cards by you.
What? This is not.
I would imagine you've got a few laying around, right?
This is my good luck charm. You see our lethal chicken.
And so, what's the mechanism for who is the first person to pitch?
Awesome. Yeah. So the first player token in the first round goes to the person that has been to the movies latest. If say you went to the movie with somebody you're playing with, and there's one other person, so from there it's like who's seen the best movie based on what the table thinks. So that's just kind of a way to start off the game and crap on people's opinions of film. So yeah. So it's just the first person that's been in the movies last.
That might be you, Matt. I know you were just there the other day.
I went on Sunday, actually.
What'd you see?
I saw Molly's game.
Ooh. How was it?
It was interesting.
I'm
glad that I got the ticket for free.
Hey, the best price.
So, does anyone beat that, or am I going first here?
We're launching a board game, so we don't get out of our house.
Oh my gosh.
Very much.
Yeah.
So Netflix doesn't count in this instance too.
No.
Yeah, and Black Panther hasn't come out yet, so we haven't left the house yet all year.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's kind of weird. I'm like an anomaly where I still haven't seen Last Jedi, and I'm like, yeah, why haven't you seen it? Because I make board games, and it's hard enough to shower. I'm just kidding.
So I've got a question for you here. In my 7 cards, I actually I only have sets and actor cards. I don't.
Same.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So like we said before, starting when it's your turn to pitch, you're gonna go through the main deck, draw up to everything you like until you get what you need, and then every card you pass, just go ahead and put it on the bottom of the deck.
Okay.
So it might be a longer process with the initial plays of the game because
Yeah, the cards don't get shuffled super well.
go fish. I like it, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't do a good job shuffling, I think.
Yeah, we've ran into it too.
Yeah, we did that too.
I started off with 5 hot sets and then 1 plot and 1 actor. So I know I plotted an actor. I just have to pick the right set.
Oh man, this is
gonna be fun.
this.
I hope that's not sarcasm from middle guy.
No. This is.
I kind of wish that someone else was going first, just so I could see an example of what to do here.
You want one of us to go first? I can go first.
If you don't mind, I'd like to see how the pros do it.
So you know what? I mean, I'm gonna lose anyway, so we might as well just start it off. Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay, first up, does anybody have any play immediately on their industry cards? So, for example, this one says play and discard on the top, so I can hang on to that.
So since I'm the first, and like, since I'm Matt, are you passing over first player to me?
Yes.
Okay, so thank you. So it'll start with me with my play immediately. So we'll resolve play immediately first. So I have here a small time film festival winner. And what this card tells me to do is it says your first movie is officially selected for a film festival in Iowa and wins audience favors. Draws 3 cards from the main deck. So here's one of the pro cards. So I'll do that immediately. Just take 3 cards. Where's our deck?
All right. Let's see. Here's industry. Here's main.
Come on, man. We want to cheat these guys right. So, yeah. So I'll get my 3 cards, and then it'll go just clockwise. So we'll call. You want to go? Is Alex next to me? Or
yeah. I'll go next. All right.
Wait.
So.
Does any? No.
No, I don't have any. I'm playing discard, so I'm good.
All right. So now it would go to Matt, I would think, right?
I do not have any play immediatelys.
Okay. Little guy, Stefan.
I do.
Oh, what did you get here, Josh? So this is the studio buys your scripts. Turn in your waiter apron, draw from the main deck until you get a plot card, and keep every card drawn in your hand until the end of the phase.
Oh, I got another hot set, but at least got 1 more plot.
Nice.
There you go. Nice.
Okay, so that does it, right? So I'll go first. All right. So let's see what we got here. Sorry.
All right, and I didn't have to use that plot. I just got to draw more.
Right.
Yeah, it just gives you more options. Okay, so I've got an old punk rocker.
Hold it up.
Oh, okay. Let me hold it up. Let's see. All right, there's the old punk rocker.
Old punk rocker.
He's granted an exclusive interview with a third world dictator.
Okay.
And this happens in Black Friday, in a Black Friday mess. So, yeah, there we go. Okay. So I will have. So you have timer? So you guys have timer?
Oh, do you have a timer there, Josh?
I can pull a timer up on my phone.
Everyone has a timer. Here, this is the point. We didn't add a timer in the game because everyone has a timer in their pocket.
Exactly. It's the miracle of cell phones.
I know, right?
Watch us fiddle for a timer.
Yes. Here we go.
No pressure.
Okay.
All right.
We'll set it on our end too.
All right, I'm going.
Ready?
I'm ready. Okay. So there's this old punk rocker, right? And he wants to get to the point where he becomes kind of like corporate. So he's getting a job at CNN. He has to his first gig is the interview of this third world dictator. So he goes there, but CNN has this new thing where they want more popped out quality. So they want to bring this third world dictator to the middle of New York City during Black Friday sale. So here's this guy's first interview, and everything goes wrong. So the movie's just him trying to get to the bottom of this interview, and he keeps getting disrupted by what goes on Black Friday.
Time.
Woo!
See? 6 seconds. Okay.
That's a hard one. Okay.
All right. Okay, so mine is let's see, I've got a cowboy is accepted into a school of vampires
Okay.
in a donut shop.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay, let's see. All right, so
Oh, I did the wrong button. I broke it.
okay, here we go. I'll start on our end too. All right, so there's this cowboy, and he was just tired of being a cowboy. And all of a sudden, kind of almost like a la Harry Potter, he gets this letter in the mail saying he's been accepted to a school of vampires. And he's so excited he wants to start practicing on, but he doesn't know what to do, and his teeth haven't grown in yet. So he just goes to donut shops and just sucks out the red jelly out.
He's that guy.
It's a crazy movie.
Oh, you got 5 seconds
There
to
we go.
spare.
Yeah.
He's getting good, man.
I'd see it for free.
That's a good one right there. Okay, so
Right.
so for me,
Well,
I
that's
have
it, my friends.
the pizza delivery man,
Oh, there we go.
With the pieces of
With pieces of drugs.
and he is also granted an exclusive interview with the third world dictator. And this is on a Ferris wheel.
Oh, there we go.
So okay, this is like before you go. This is actually pretty cool. Like if you have situations, we've seen it done a couple times at the table. You can totally tie into something that someone else has played if you're not the first player, and make it into a
Oh, yeah.
sequel.
That was
We've
hilarious.
seen winners like it turned into like this person that came out in first. What was it? The seasick Viking named Olga came out like 20 times throughout pitches of the night. It was excellent. So just keep that in mind. You know, your creativity could be piggybacked on someone else's.
I don't know if I'm that creative. So Josh, give me the countdown here.
All right. Go.
Okay, so this down on his luck pizza delivery man gets a call to deliver a special order to his local theme park. Now, you see, he gets there, and he realizes that it was just a prank, so he gets really sad, and he takes his pizza, and he wanders onto the Ferris wheel, and who else is sitting next to him except for Kim Jong-un? On the Ferris wheel, they start having this great conversation, and he realizes that Kim Jong-un is really misunderstood. So he decides to pitch this to his local broadcasting company to get an exclusive interview with none other than Kim Jong-un making a new life for himself.
That's awesome.
Very nice. That was well played.
Dude, I froze. I didn't even have like a dictator in my head. I didn't want to burn any bridges too, in case like Putin buys the game or something. I'm just kidding.
So Stefan has got a proctologist.
Hey!
The plot is you have to save the princess, but you don't know where she is.
I think we know where she is now.
And he's searching none other than the airplane bathroom.
All right, this is my time to shine.
Go.
All right, so proctologist, no other than Kevin Spacey, challenged with finding the princess, but he doesn't know where she is. So he's on an airplane, and he realizes that, wait a second, I'm on this plane, but there's no princesses. So the only place that he thought to look was the airplane bathroom. Unfortunately, there's only 2 airplane bathrooms on this airplane, and when he gets to the bathroom, he realizes there's an underage child there. The rest is
Yeah, we're
history.
going there. We got Lethal Chicken Games and how to prove the message.
Sorry, I'm a seasoned Cards Against Humanity player.
It comes on, people.
Oh my! What a twist!
It's more than
By a
that.
nutshell.
Okay, middle guy just got creepy, man. I'm just putting it out.
Oh my! So Josh, what do you have over there?
So our set is
set?
our
Oh,
place
it's a
we go
board
to.
game convention.
We're at a board game convention.
Hey!
Our actor, the listless
Dyslexic
accountant, and the plot of our movie here.
You are named the king's right-hand man, but you must kill your spouse to prove your loyalty. What the hell? Good luck.
All right.
Cosplayers unite!
Oh, man.
Ready?
Yeah, go for it.
So we're at Gen Con 2018. Dwayne The Rock Johnson is playing the dyslexic accountant in an epic game of Game of Thrones, the board game. One of the other players looks at Dwayne. You want to be my right hand man? You gotta kill your wife. Dwayne The Rock Johnson tries to play the whole game, killing his wife. Keeps misreading the cards and just keeps up helping her, and she ends up winning the game. Plot twist.
Oh.
Yeah, that's all I got. I have like 9 extra seconds.
But how is
You
he
did
a
the whole Harrison
dyslexic
Ford. I didn't kill
accountant?
my wife.
Just born that way.
Just born that way.
Okay, so Josh was the last one. So now on the count of 3, we'll vote for someone.
All right.
We'll just say who we're voting for out loud.
All right. Poor Dwayne.
Poor Dwayne. All right, so we're just gonna throw the tokens in front of the other. Not really throw. We'll we'll gingerly place the tokens in front of the appropriate people. So 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
I'm gonna prove my psychoticness. I'm going to middle guy.
I went with Matt on mine.
That would be 2 for me.
I got
2 for
2
Matt.
as well. Then who'd you vote for?
I was voting for Alex. I like the donut story.
I actually, the donut story was pretty solid. Not gonna lie.
So you guys tied, right? Matt and Stefan, you tied. So you guys both get all 3 of your cards for points. So congratulations! I lose again.
We did it.
Winner, winner.
Okay, everybody else who hasn't won the round, those cards just go in the discard pile, and that's your new draw pile in case you don't have one of the cards. And now, first player is
going to.
It goes to me.
Yep, past Alex.
Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And I have 7, so I'm just gonna take another.
6. 7. Actually, I have to find a plot now, man. Dang it. Oh, wait.
Dropping things.
Just dropping stuff.
Dropping
Sorry.
things. You good?
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna play my industry card. Oh wait, I didn't draw another one.
Oh yeah, we
Oh, okay.
industry cards.
Oh, well, there we go.
So ha.
Okay, so I have a play immediately. Everybody get their industry?
Yeah.
You guys good? Okay. So I have a play immediately. It says backstab for that perfect roll. It's kind of goes into the title of our the theme of our game. Discard your entire hand and steal the entire hand of one other player. The player who loses their entire hand redraws a new hand from the main deck.
So yeah, I knew this was coming.
I mean, logistically,
Give me
it
your
kind of
card,
makes
little
sense.
guy.
We'll look out for your hand in the mail.
So I got to play immediately card here as well, and that's just because you're a celebrity doesn't mean you should act like one. Lose 1 actor card. I actually don't have any actor cards.
Cool. So you got a free
There
pass.
you go, free pass.
Do you have any play
I
immediately?
don't have any play immediately, but I do have a question. When can play and discards be played? Anytime?
Yep. It's kind of situational, so it'll say, like, obviously if you need to play him on a pitch, you could either say wait till Alex plays his 3 cards and then stick it to him, or you could say right off the bat you're going to turn it into
Gotcha.
XYZ.
Okay. That works.
So most of the play and discards are kind of logical for the situation, and if it doesn't state it, you could really play it
Just whenever.
whenever.
Yeah.
Studio bought my script again.
Oh, what happened?
The studio bought my script again.
Oh, okay.
I'm a
You're
really
right,
good screenwriter.
Yeah, you're a really good screenwriter.
Wow, you're impressive.
I don't have
knew you had it in you, Josh.
because somebody decided to take my cards, so we're good.
Oh, it's just beginning.
Yes.
Wait, did we go through everyone?
No,
resolved?
so everybody's resolved.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
Okay, so actually, because I stole Mike's hand, I have his industry card, which is what a prima donna. I'm too pretty for you. Take 2 cards from the player at the table you think is the most narcissistic. Well, that's an easy one, Beard Snob.
He doesn't.
You see, this is what happens.
It's begun.
Don't create a business because you'll probably be wanted for murder a year later. Okay, we're done. We're done here. If anybody else doesn't have any play immediately, I think we're done here.
Okay.
We do not.
Oh snap. Okay, let's see.
So Josh, you got that timer ready to go?
Oh, yeah, I can set that up, man. All
I
right.
don't even see. Oh, so we draw up to 7 cards on our turn, or we do it right now?
You do it right now.
Okay.
Yeah. And then once you have your 7, then you can, everyone take a few moments to kind of pick which 3 you're going to play and then play them.
I have all the sets.
Lay them down.
I literally only have sets.
Okay.
I have one plot and one actor again.
You thought you got me, but I got you, buddy.
Oh man, let's see.
So I'm gonna. In the meantime, I'm gonna play this industry card that I have here. It's play and discard, and I'm gonna. The director wants to shoot in Hawaii. Draw from the main deck until you get a set card. Keep every card drawn in your hand until the end phase. So I just need some cards here. And of course, the first one I draw is a set card, and it's the beach too. I got Hawaii.
That's convenient.
So I gotta root through the discard pile now to get what I need. Then,
What do you
right?
need? A plot?
I need plots and actors. Oh man,
You want to give me the discard? I'll kind of
Son,
sort them out.
right?
I don't have
No.
a discard pile because these are my.
Oh.
Oh, because you won, Steph. You're supposed to keep the
Oh,
cards. Yeah.
okay, cool. Well, no one can use a Kevin Spacey card.
Or the airline bathroom.
Yeah, so those are yours. So your 2 plots is the one I had, or that one there,
Okay.
and the dyslexic accountant.
Cool. I'll see what I can do with that.
I had something
Sequel
good.
time.
All right, you guys, everybody ready?
I think so.
This is round dose.
Okay. Okay, here's my 3. This was the only location I had. Okay, so I have a cop that is allergic to donuts. And anytime he opens his mouth, only lies come out. And he is in an English soccer pub.
So the opposite of liar, liar.
It's not liar liar at all.
Exactly.
Jim Carrey was not harmed in the making of this game.
All right. So there's this. We ready? You guys?
Oh yeah, we
timing
started the
started?
timer.
Yeah.
Oh, you started? Okay. here we go.
I'll reset it.
Hold on, we'll reset it for you.
Rob is gluten intolerant. Hey, do you want a job? I'm
I
sorry.
know.
All
There's
right,
this
Alex.
cop that's gluten intolerant, and he's in this English soccer pub, and he every time he says something, like he's trying to root for his favorite team, but then only lies come out, and so it's alienating all of his friends, and they throw him out, and he doesn't know where else to go, and even though he's allergic to donuts, he ends up in a donut shop. And funny thing, he runs into this guy that apparently got accepted into vampire school and ends up eating these donuts that have no jelly in them, and they end up being okay. That's my movie.
That's cheap, man. That's cheap.
Okay. This is gonna be a fun one for me. So I'm bringing back everyone's favorite dyslexic accountant.
Still Dwayne the Rock Johnson?
Oh yeah, it's still Dwayne the Rock Johnson. He's on a diving board, and the plot is he's being held up during a robbery.
Before you start,
Oh no.
everyone loves to laugh. Force an opponent to turn their next movie into a comedy.
Okay.
You don't need a diving board, my friend.
I don't know how to do this. Okay, go ahead, Josh.
Go.
So everyone's favorite dyslexic accountant, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, decides to take some time off from his daily accountant job to go to his local YMCA, where he's going to go in the diving pool. So he climbs up to the top, and just as about when he's ready to do his swan dive into the pool, he hears, "Reach for the sky!" And it's a robber. And then all of a sudden they have this crazy exchange when the robber's trying to convince him to give him money, and he can't count the money because he's a dyslexic accountant. And then he realizes he doesn't have his wallet on him, and it just turns into this whole thing. And that's it.
Who is playing the robber?
Woody Harrelson.
Okay.
Harrelson.
There we go.
Oh.
You did good. You did good. The pressure was on,
The
man.
pressure was on.
That was a tough set of cards, I must
Yeah,
say.
that's pretty good. All right, middle guy.
Toy Story. All right.
Stefan, what do you got for us?
I'm
today?
having a really hard time because I have 2 sets that I really want to use.
Oh,
I'm gonna go with my gut though on this one.
okay.
So we've got a lumberjack
Okay, a lumberjack.
on the set
Handsome fella.
where it's sensitivity training,
Sensitivity training, okay.
and the plot is
Your ex is a tabloid writer looking to destroy your career. Okay, Stefan, can you make it work?
I don't know. I'm gonna try though. All right, ready?
Go.
Okay, so the lumberjack, who is unfortunately being harassed by his ex, who is a tabloid writer looking to destroy his career, is going to sensitivity training to try and get through this traumatic experience. Unfortunately, through the sensitivity training, he's realized that the only way that he can learn to, I guess, deal with his feelings on this is to actually end up becoming an axe murderer and killing his ex. So we're gonna go in that direction, and he, yeah, that's what he does. I don't know. I thought I had it. Man, it was there.
That got grim
I
pretty
saw
quick.
what you were going for.
I'll get the next one.
All right.
Josh, I'm
So,
really
so
worried.
who's our main actor?
The rich philanthropist.
And our plot: he falls in love with his high school teacher,
Aw, that's cute.
and this happens in a Mexican prison.
Now I'm really interested to see where this is gonna go.
So this is the prequel to Batman. This is about Batman's father and mother and how they met at a Mexican prison. I don't remember their names. Bruce Wayne's father, Florianopolis, ends up in a Mexican prison, and his cellmate was his high school teacher, his chemistry teacher. And love at first sight, well, second sight, because it's been many years since they've seen each other. Their blossom loves, and they end up escaping with Bruce's money. They get a good lawyer, Mexico, not very hard. Just bribe a couple people.
Is Mexico famous for good, cheap lawyers or something?
No, it's cheap people to bribe to get out.
Oh.
They got a good American lawyer, not a good Mexican lawyer. So they got a lawyer named Pedro, who was also played by Dwayne The Rock Johnson, because he plays everything now.
Gets around, I guess.
I have to say, man, when we play this from now on, I want one of those sidebar chat rooms. Coming out of there from your ears is amazing. Like I looked at him and said Batman, I said Alfredo Batman. I'm like, this is the greatest thing in the world. All right.
I didn't have a plot card, and the plot card that you took, which
Yeah.
was...
You are granted. Oh no, that's the other one. You're held up during a robbery.
So that was the perfect start to Batman's...
That's
the Batman
true.
story.
Yeah, you're right.
And I was like, oh, I drew a plot because I had to draw that card, so I have to go with the
The high school
teacher
teacher
love.
Oh man. So
All right.
Mike, I think.
Yeah, Mike.
Okay. See,
I don't think we set the bar very high for Mike on this one.
All right. So we got the bartender.
Okay.
He's a handsome fella. He's the plot is find the cure for an incurable disease.
Makes sense that the bartender's doing that. Yeah.
See, and it happens on a helipad.
Okay.
So here we go. So there's this bartender. He's like world renowned. The guy's won competition over competition. But bartending does not scratch his itch anymore, right? He wants to build stuff bigger. So he creates this concoction to sell to the government to cure cancer, right? But the thing is, he's on a time limit. So it's like one of those episodes of 24 where he only has 24 hours to get the government the cure. So he's like, they're trying to get him to this helipad, and all these people, it's kind of like the Purge, where they're trying to kill the guy because they want cancer to stay around. So he's the whole movie is him trying to set up himself in such a way to get to the helipad to give the cure to the.
Time's up.
We'll never
There
know
you
the
go.
end of that one.
I know. Now I'm
This
left
is a shout out to
hanging
my
now.
mama. More to come. More to come.
More to
More to come.
Oh man.
Okay, so we're in voting phase. Man, I like El Burrito Batman.
All right.
My vote's get. We'll call it on the count of 3.
3, 2, 1. There we go. I'm voting for Batman.
Burrito Batman.
All right.
Clean sweep for Burrito Batman. It looks like.
Awesome.
All right.
Yay!
The creators lose another round.
Another round.
Okay. Get some cards in here. Oh, I gotta. Okay, it's 6. I'm first player.
7.
I'm first player now. I gotta play immediately, and that's. What do you mean you've never seen that far in film? Take 2 cards from the player who has the worst taste in movies. Joshua, I know you have the worst taste in movies. I'm not even gonna argue that one.
You didn't even have to think about that, dude. That's kind of scary.
I hope you want sets because that's all I got.
Oh, that's all I have to. We didn't shuffle these very well. I've got a nice choice of set. It's literally all sets.
All right. Do I get to draw again? Back up to 7.
If he took a card from you, you do not. So
Okay.
you're kind of dealing with what you got for this round.
All right.
But it kind of you still get to draw. If you don't have anything, you'll still get to draw from the discard pile.
Okay.
If you need what you need.
I have a play immediately. I'm going to play Union Dues, which
Okay.
is essentially the same thing that you just did,
Oh.
except I get to choose. So I'm going to take 2 cards from you.
Oh.
Ooh,
You
karma.
get to see them or
No, just 2
take
cards.
2 cards?
Just
Okay.
random.
Here
Let's
you
make
go.
this fun.
Oh, I shouldn't have picked that one up yet then. So go ahead. Ooh. Ah! There's a bunch in there. There you go.
All right. Oh, look,
I
sets.
hope you got something good.
Things I do not need.
Everyone has sets. Guess what? I got a play immediately card. Keep the costume. Take 2 cards from the player that most needs a wardrobe makeover. I'm gonna take from Stefan because
I do need a
he has
wardrobe makeover.
2 extra cards also. So I'm probably just gonna draw more sets.
You're gonna see like one of the big like off-air signs on Twitch, like Matt just beat Josh into a pulp.
Yep.
Oh, I do have a play immediately. I have I'm gonna land my dream roll. You land your first leading roll, draw from the main deck until you get an actor card. Keep every card drawn in your phase until the end phase.
Oh, yeah, that's funny. That's the same one I got.
Alrighty.
I have the same one.
Okay.
We didn't shuffle there. Let's see. Actor. No. Actor. Okay. Dang it. I don't have any sets.
I got to steal from the discard pile again.
There is no more actor cards in the discard pile, so I get the.
Yeah.
Oh, I got. Would have been great for the last movie.
This is gonna be ridiculous.
I love when I hear that.
Okay, so I've got the dyslexic accountant again.
This guy's in a lot of movies.
Being held up at a robbery again. but this time, it's running a marathon. Oh, did you start? I didn't know. In the continuation of the dyslexic accountant trilogy, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson reprises his role in what is also the sequel to what I believe the movie was Boston Strong with Mark Wahlberg. The dyslexic accountant and Mark Wahlberg are running the Boston Marathon together when, in the final mile, he hears behind him, "Reach for the sky."
Is it the same guy from the last one?
It is indeed Woody Harrelson again. He followed him from the diving board. He dove in after him and he chased him to the marathon. And he still can't count.
That's like, dude, that's like one ripped accountant. I'm just putting that together. Like, I could just see that, like, you know, one of those like bulging freaking.
I mean, it is played by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Like,
Yeah.
he is pretty ripped.
That's why he's so ripped. He's so athletic. He's diving. He's running marathons. He's doing everything but
accounting.
All right. Poor Dwayne. All right, these are mine. You can go ahead and read them off.
So you got another lumberjack.
He's back.
he is in the delivery room, and he is being attacked by a swarm of bees.
Ready when you are.
Take it away, Steph.
Go ahead.
Okay, so after the unfortunate mishap of our last movie with the lumberjack, he's looked to reprise himself. You know, he definitely had to change his career after the who was it? The tabloid writer wrote him out of his career. So now he's in the delivery room delivering babies with his axe still, because that's his thing. He has to be different than any other doctor who delivers babies. So he's in his third delivery for the day. He goes in and he pulls out a bee nest. Instead of a baby. Don't know how the bee nest got there, but the bees immediately come out and sting him. You'll find out next.
Tune in next time.
All right.
Yeah.
So we got this little plot again.
Your ex is a tabloid writer looking to destroy your career.
But this is happening at the White House.
Oh.
And who other to be our main attraction? The president, who also sidelines as
A
Mexican wrestler.
El Burrito Loco.
Take it away, Josh.
All right, so we have Donald Trump. It's the Mexican wrestler. El Andre. I don't know how you say Arge in Spanish, but that's his name.
El Naranjo.
All right. Sure. Go there. No one knows about his secret identity as a Mexican wrestler, the nightlife, but his ex, who is also a tabloid writer on the side, decided to outright him and bring it out. And Trump, in all his glory, goes to Twitter and says, "I am no Mexican wrestler. The tabloids are lies. It's fake news." And it's just an hour and a half of that.
You're wrong.
Oh my god.
Absolute fake news. CNN.
I gotta follow Trump, man. Come on.
El Naranjo.
I'm
Oh
just
my
gonna
god.
pause for 1 second here. I don't know if you saw chat when I was reading mine. They're just the dyslexic accountant 3 run for the money.
Best. I love
I saw a comment earlier, so we do have a ton of female leads, and I'm
We
going to
do.
play one right now. So
Yes.
I just want to address that. So we have the soccer mom. Wait, where's it? There we
Okay.
go. All right. The set is a hockey game,
Okay.
and she gets accepted into a life-changing dance school.
Aww.
It's like Fame, man. All over. All right, let's see.
Fame and hockey.
All right, Mike.
Okay, so we have this soccer mom, right? And she's just not happy. Like, she's just so tired of being involved in soccer. She's tired of cutting oranges for kids. It's driving her insane. She wants to do something for her. So she writes to this once she was a dancer in college, and she writes to this art school, and she wants to get in, right? So the soccer team is so convinced that she is the key for their victory, so they won't want her to go. So they keep telling her to go to different places instead of the dance school. So she walks into this Russian hockey game, right? And the thing is, everyone in the hockey game is a bunch of figure skaters. So it's
Time up, Mike.
so she's living this second life in the hidden dance school in a hockey game, and that's it. What am I supposed to do with that?
That's a tough one.
That is a tough one.
Okay. I'm just going to jump right in. So
Jump right in,
we
man.
can just go with the timer. Here we go. So there's this troll, and he goes into this cave, and it transports him into not the underworld, but into an Egyptian crypt. And he's searching around this Egyptian crypt, and he finds this tomb, and every time he opens it, he can summon whatever he wants into this Egyptian crypt. So of all the things he summons a mermaid, and they fall in love.
Oh.
That's it. That's the movie. The Troll and the Mermaid. In the Egyptian crypt.
We did tell you we live right behind Disney World. So.
Is this starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson also?
As the mermaid.
As the mermaid.
Oh, okay. We got. Oh,
There we go.
so happy.
Oh man, so time for the voting phase.
Oh man. Let's get it
That's
right.
a tough one.
Wardy in the face.
I have to go for the orange.
The fake
Okay.
news.
I'm gonna go with Matt. I mean, you get, the Rock is back, man. You know, you got chill those.
I'm gonna go with Matt too.
Woo!
Oh, Matt gets the win.
Nice.
Okay.
Well played, sir.
Bravo.
I did it. Yeah.
Bravo, brava.
Hey, look at this pile of points
Yeah,
next to
Jack
me.
lives
I still
on.
have none.
Like, yeah, me
This is
too.
great. Fantastic.
Matching.
We're buddies.
Oh, so that means the dyslexic accountant is no more.
Yeah, he's no more. He's got. They just want to get rid of him.
That's probably what it was.
Well, you know, it
Yeah, that's a bummer, man. I
Movie
really
trilogies,
thought there was
that's
some
it.
good there. I wanted to
Doesn't
see
go
how
past
it
the three.
together.
We're not doing a quadrilogy here.
unless you're Star Wars.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if
I don't know, maybe Ryan Johnson could find a way to ruin it. Oh, sorry, did that come out
Take
out
from your
loud?
pile.
You want more setting cards?
That's what I got too.
Piles are getting messy. There's only 2 of us here. Like they're way more organized.
I
than
know.
we are.
So, Stefan, did you get a play immediately card, or do you have?
I did.
Okay. So what do you get?
Someone call security. Fanboys were caught sneaking onto your closed set. Lose 1 set card. I can lose a set card. I'm
You can
totally
afford
okay.
to lose a set card. Okay.
Chat wanted dyslexic accountant for.
There you go. You're reading like the dyslexic accountant right now.
We're gonna get rid of one other than the movie set.
Okay. So that'll go over there then.
All right, I gotta play immediately. Small time film festival winner. So I'm writing good scripts, and I'm a winner now. I get to draw 3 additional cards from the main deck.
Oh, look at you, Mr. Big Shot.
Oh, I got a plot. And I got another actor.
Mike,
Okay,
did you get a
I got a bummer card. I've got to play immediately, and it says, "What's your name again?" You'll always be an extra. Give 2 cards to the player who has the most forgettable personality.
middle
Go ahead.
guy?
I'm gonna give it to the middle guy because we've been calling him the middle guy. So go ahead and just take 2 cards from your main deck as if I gave them to you, and I'll just discard 2.
Just take 2.
Oh, thank you. That actually helps.
You're welcome, middle
No,
guy.
never mind. I take
just
that
got
back. It doesn't help.
Okay, and I actually have a play immediately as well. Mine is Union Dues. It's good to be the new Union boss. Take 2 cards from the player of your choice. So, Stefan, I'm going to take 2 cards from you. You can just maybe place them up on the screen. I need some sets, so I hear you have some sets.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Here, you can have.
I kind of want the accountant card. I want Dwayne Johnson to come back.
So, Alex, these are the 2 cards you're getting there. You're getting movie theater and hotel.
Oh, okay, perfect.
You're welcome.
Thank you. You're the best.
I got to play immediately as well. I got you land your first leading role, draw from the main deck until you get an actor card, and keep every card drawn in your hand until the end of the phase. So that's good for me. I get some stuff. Another set.
I don't know.
What's going on? Okay, that's a plot. Okay, I'm gonna get every. Where's the actors?
There you go.
Okay, I got an actor. There's so many cards in my hand. So, Stefan, you are first player this time around. So
Oh,
you
God.
get the honor of starting us off.
I didn't even get time to plan. That's horrible. That just means it's gonna be really bad.
We're really good.
All right, here goes nothing. So here are these. You can actually let's do them in that order. I like
Okay. So we've got our friendly lumberjack is back,
that.
and he is at the cheese festival. And
Let's cut in some cheese.
what is he doing though? He's receiving a large inheritance of butter.
All right, here we go. So the lumberjack is back, yes, and he does receive a large inheritance butter. So what did he think to do? He thought to go to the local cheese festival because he thought he can become a businessman by pairing up with someone who offers cheese, right? So he finds someone at the cheese festival, and together they're trying to figure out what can we put together that has butter and cheese, and it's the most amazing thing in the world. So they both decide to get together and open up. What is it called down in West or New York Grilled Cheese Company?
Ooh. Kind of want grilled cheese now, man.
Oh, that sounds pretty good.
I kind of want grilled cheese.
Yeah,
now.
grilled cheese sounds really good.
Well, get it from the
Hey, little guy,
lumberjack.
why don't you jump on it, buddy?
Jack 3, cut the cheese.
Uh,
Chat's coming up with the best names for these movies.
yeah. Mike and Ox, we had a question in chat. When does this game look like it's going to be delivered? Someone was asking.
We've got a 6-month. We've already got manufacturers lined up, and we've got that Kickstarter exclusive pack, which if we can take just a moment to talk about, I think is really cool.
Yeah.
So we're both byproducts of like really bad '80s movies. So we put together an '80s movie pack that resemble marquee characters from '80s movies. So you'll get that 12-pack with the Kickstarter exclusive. So we're set to. We're kind of on schedule. We're set to pull the trigger with our manufacturer, and we'll fulfill probably in about like give or take July, I think.
I think it's going to be before then.
Yeah, we're hoping before then, but
All right.
I mean, we just want to open it up to July.
Yeah, but yeah, our goal is to fulfill this pretty fast.
Yeah.
So as soon as it ends, because we want to get it to retail right after that. So, and we know we can't do that till we fulfill all of our Kickstarter. So
Yeah,
it'll be very quick.
Yeah, and then '80s movie pack, like I said, you can only get it on Kickstarter. So if you're into, should we spoil one of them?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so we've totally got.
What's our first stretch goal?
What's our first stretch goal?
Monsters.
Monsters. Yeah,
It's a monster pack.
Our first stretch goal is a monster pack, and it's kind of inspired by the Universal monsters, but they're not the Universal monsters.
Of course not.
Yeah, so we'll have like you'll see tomorrow when we launch that there's like a Wolfman card and stuff like that.
The werewolf, it looks so cool.
But that '80s pack is one of the cool things about it. I'm gonna give you one from there too, and that's we've got an Indiana Jones type character,
It's my favorite.
the explorer character. So,
Very cool.
and then those packs, every stretch goal pack that we put on there comes with four cards. Four actor cards, 4 set cards, and 4 plot cards, all based on XYZ, whatever that pack is.
Very cool. So
Ready for the next movie pitch?
I don't know if I'm ready for your stuff, Josh.
Well, let's set the scene.
The scene. We're at the coffee shop.
The Lethal Chicken Coffee Shop.
Oh yeah, the Lethal Chicken Coffee Shop. There we go.
Our plot: discover and try to control your new superpower,
You got a new superpower.
which ties directly into our actor,
Who's our actor?
the talking dog,
Oh!
voiced only by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, because he's over with the it's like accounting movies.
Yeah, the series
The
finished.
contract's
The
over.
series finished, contract's over. All right, so go in the movie. Plot line: guy brings his dog to the coffee shop every day. One day, dog finds out it can talk. Issue: it doesn't understand English words and just ends up insulting everyone at the coffee shop. So it's basically a comedy of this guy trying to apologize for his dog, calling people inappropriate and slur names and things like that, and the dog doesn't know because he doesn't understand. And it ends up into a romance comedy with a woman who is deaf and can't actually hear, so she doesn't actually understand the bad thing the dogs are saying to her.
What the hell? Okay.
Well, it is, she'll never know.
Yep, yep. You will never know.
It's a match made in heaven.
It's like it reminds me of like a parrot that like curses.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So, Mike, what do you have for us?
Okay. I have the Undertaker.
Can you see our video?
Can you see our video? Like we seem to be having an issue on our end video. Can you guys still see us?
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay. Hi. I don't know what I'm doing right now. We've got the Undertaker card. Modern day appliances talk to him. So yeah, that's a problem to have, and it takes place in the dentist's office.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's rock and roll. So obviously this is a horror film, right? This Undertaker, business has been terrible lately, and he needs to find new victims. So what made him a crazed Undertaker, his origin story is he listens to appliances, and his appliances go after the people that misuse them. So he's like, there's a telepathical a voice from these appliances that are like, hey, that guy was mean to me. I'm a toaster. I want you to kill him. So This story starts with a dentist, right? And his dentist beats up his coffee machine every morning. So the Undertaker is out to get him.
Beep, beep, beep.
Oh, there we go. Just in time.
Can't wait for the sequel.
Is this part of the Brave Little Toaster storyline?
What happened?
The Brave Little Toaster?
Yes, this is the prequel to Brave Little Toaster.
Okay, what were the 2 set cards I had? Hotel and what was the other one?
Hotel and movie theater.
Movie theater. Okay, perfect. All right, so great. So mine is I have a movie producer who is stuck in a government facility we'll go with the movie theater. So there's this movie producer, and he always likes to go watch his movies at his local movie theater, just kind of see how the audience is reacting. And at one particular show, he makes this terrible movie, and he goes in to watch it, and there's nobody in there, and then all of a sudden he gets abducted by the government, and this movie theater, like underneath this movie theater is a secret government facility, and they start experimenting on his brain why he makes such terrible movies. That's my movie. That's it.
That's a sad story, man. Sad. I feel bad for the movie producer.
So I have to give a shout out to my movie producer. This is actually my friend Brad Johnson. We drew him into the game, and he makes movies.
He makes movies.
He does. And his brother-in-law is Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds. Yeah.
Alex, you are very efficient with your time, I must say.
Knows how to
I
pitch.
know, dude. I'm sitting here sweating, and this guy's like, well, I'm just going to give my pitch and then make a cup of coffee in 36 seconds.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of do this in the order that you did it last time, Alex, where I'm gonna reveal things as they come around, just
Perfect.
because I think this is gonna add to the dramatic suspense here. So Josh, just let me know when you're ready. Okay, so a grandmother was actually a lead research scientist at the CDC, trying to find the cure for an incurable disease. She was working very closely to try and find the cure for Crohn's disease. So she was very intimate with this, but until the day of her untimely death, which brings us to the setting of the grandmother's funeral.
Aw.
So her family is there to visit her, but what they don't know is that Granny had unfinished business. Granny's back to solve the case for Crohn's disease. She shambles her way back to the CDC and tirelessly works on it.
You know, it's
Kind of
funny.
wish it was the cure for death. That would have just put the icing on the cake, I think.
You know, hindsight's 50-50, right?
All right, I think that's everyone,
I
right?
think that's everyone, so it's time for us to vote. I'm trying to remember who had what. So we got
Lumberjack.
Okay.
Grilled
cheese.
cheese.
Let's do like a quick little recap.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's written in the game. We kind of skipped over it, but yeah, you can choose to do that. Just recap just your 3 cards after the last person pitched.
Old
It's a nice refresher when you have like a group of 8 people or whatnot.
Okay, well, I'll start. So mine was government facility, movie producer, and movie theater.
Okay.
I had the
have-
Undertaker, dentist office, and modern appliance talk to him. And it
I
was
had
the
the
greatest
talking
movie
dog at the coffee shop.
You did.
I had the lumberjack who was looking to partner with someone at the cheese festival to make grilled cheese with
And-
all the butter that he inherited.
And of course, we had the zombie at Grandma's funeral trying to find the cure for an incurable disease.
All right.
ever.
I like the
Matt.
butter festival, or the cheese festival with the
Butter
butter.
and cheese, yeah. Nothing like
So,
it.
Yeah,
like-
I have to go with that one too.
I'm going with butter too, man. That was good.
Whoa!
Steven gets the
I had
win.
the clean sweep on
Clean
that one.
house.
I did not expect that. Hollywood, here I come.
No one knows what to expect when they have a lifetime inheritance of butter. Like, you just don't. Who knows what to do with that?
Listen, if those guys can pitch Sharknado, I think I can make this one stick.
How could you make it stick with so much butter?
Sharknado, those
cheese.
movies are insane.
Oh, okay.
Well, I just watched Sharknado 5. Have you guys seen that one?
No, I haven't seen
No.
any Sharknado.
He's like, no, yeah, we totally made it up to all the way to 5.
Oh boy, it was. They've definitely
There you go.
come a long way.
Okay, so we've got our
this
our
was mine.
industry cards here.
I'm first now.
You are first player this time around.
Thank God, give me some time.
All right. I do not have a play immediately. Mike, Alex, either of you?
I do. I have union dues. It's good to be the new union boss. Take 2 cards from the player of your choice. Alex, it's coming back, buddy. Oh. And I want those 2, and they suck. I'm just
Perfect.
kidding.
All right, I do not have a play immediately.
Matt?
I do
have
not have a
something
play
that I can
immediately.
find Mike in a few.
All right. I don't have much for choices because I had one of each besides sets. I could pick which set I wanted this to happen in. So, classic comedy romance set plot. Matt?
Okay, so we've got the at the end of each day, you forget everything that has happened to you.
Yep.
A la 50 First Dates.
But this has happened to the Gravedigger.
Oh, the Gravedigger.
Every day he goes to grave, comes home, doesn't know what happened.
Okay.
And he works on death row
Uh,
because they have a dedicated grave. There's a lot happening there.
business is booming.
Yeah, this is booming.
Share.
Make it happen,
Terrible.
Josh.
I expect that from middle guy, not from you, Josh.
All right. So we have death row at our local prison. Normal. Adam Sandler's the Gravedigger. That's who we're casting in the scene. Adam Sandler, Gravedigger. Every night he's digging graves, burying people. Wakes up the next morning, covered in blood, dirt. Has no idea what he did. Freaks out, and it's pretty much just him freaking out every morning about how he thought he killed someone the night before. And he goes to turn himself in, and he goes to the prison to do it. And they're like, "Oh, welcome back to work. Go dig your graves." And he's like, "Oh, that makes sense."
51st graves. Yes.
I love it. Dude, your audience is, you guys are awesome. Oh, man.
I just wish I could come up with these names when I pitch, because I think if you could come up with the name of the movie,
The names will kill
you
it.
sell it.
Oh my God.
Chad is just killing it with the names, though. It's
Hey, can you guys start texting me titles for my movies? I'll win this real quick.
Oh God. The end should be Adam digging his own grave. Oh.
So I'm going to play my industry card on him. Misery loves company. Turn your next movie into a tragedy. You're welcome. There you go.
Okay. So there's that. All right, so I've got the beard snob.
Graveyard.
Okay. He's stuck in a he's stuck in a quarantine zone with no rescue being sent.
Ooh.
And that quarantine zone's on the top of the Eiffel Tower. Okay, let's do it.
All right.
So we got this because everybody in France has beards. There's this bearded. Wait. I'll stop. You good?
Yep, we're good.
You're good.
Okay. So there's this French guy with a beard. Go figure. And he's a snob about his beard. So he's it's kind of like the movie Castaway, like Tom Hanks, but instead of the middle of the ocean, it's the top of the Eiffel Tower. He can't find his way down, right? And he sees from a distance just this like zombie apocalypse happening. So he's stuck in this spot and he can't figure out how to get down. And the whole movie is just him contemplating life on the top of the Eiffel Tower. And instead of like like the beach ball in Castaway, it's like a French baguette. So it's French baguette. It's French that he talks to. So it's a beard snob talking to French bread on the top of the Eiffel Tower.
I didn't watch the movie, but I assume like The Life of Pi, the guy on the boat with the.
Oh, yeah.
No, I didn't say pie. I
beard
said
oil.
French baguette.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Stranded out of beard oil.
High of Legend goes to Paris. If you let down your beard.
Rapunzel, let down your beard.
That's our beard. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
That's fine.
All
These
right.
guys win.
Yeah.
Chat
wins.
throw my
Chat wins
token at you.
tonight.
I'm bringing my little, I'm taking my little lethal chicken for lunch.
Okay, so here's my movie. So my I Am Legend goes to Paris. I'm just gonna steal that line right off of the feed there. She's our cosplayer, and she goes to a cosplay convention in Paris. But her costume is a little different than what most people have for cosplay. She is literally made of money, and people are grabbing at her constantly. And this cosplay convention actually takes place in a gas station. And the craziest thing happens. The plot twist is that the gas station blows up.
The end.
Yeah.
Nailed that.
It looks like one of from what Matt said, that looks like one of the Josh would watch in the gas station. Hey, there's this cosplayer and she blows up in the gas station. The movie's like 5 minutes, like Titanic should have been.
It's a short film.
It's a short silent film.
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to play this industry card first, and this is Scenic Route. You're trying to make Long Beach look like Miami. Use 2 set cards in your movie in hopes of increasing your score.
If you're gonna do that, Matt, I'm gonna play my industry card on you.
Oh, come on, no. Force an opponent to turn their next movie into a sci-fi flick. Oh, Jesus.
But not just a
Wow.
sci-fi flick.
No, come on.
And
You're gonna
there
have
goes
a twist
the
of
extra
tragedy
point.
in there too.
A twist of tragedy.
Literally like a space opera.
Sci-fi tragedy.
I hate you guys.
This is your time to shine, though.
Okay, so I'm going to show off my cards first, then I'm going to weave this magical tale together. So our 2 sets that we have Fat Camp in the Grand Canyon. And the plot is trying to find the cure for an incurable disease. And who's doing it but a Mexican wrestler? Okay. I don't know.
Go.
So in a sequel to the hit 90s movie Heavyweights, Jane Lynch is a Mexican wrestler that's teaching a bunch of kids how to lose weight by trying to find the cure for the incurable disease of fat. She takes them on a fat camp fitness trip to the Grand Canyon, but how do they get there? They do it in her spaceship. But along the way, tragedy strikes, and one of the kids falls ill, causing a bond between Jane Lynch, the Mexican wrestler, and these fat kids to form en route.
What does he become ill with?
That was yes. Wow.
The gum disease known as gingivitis.
Star Wars Epcad Revenge of El Falto.
Oh, man. I want to play with every single one of these people.
Oh, God. Hilarious.
Oh, God, I'm having trouble breathing. I feel like I just went to fat camp in the Grand Canyon.
You know, I think Matt, like me and you, are the only 2 people that actually know the movie Heavyweights. So that
sounds about right.
You know, that
It's
was
a great
my childhood.
Space High School Musical. Well, Explorers 2, losing it.
Okay, I'm next. Oh god, I don't know if I can top that, man.
Yeah,
That was good. Even with those 2 curveballs, they just kind of like worked for you.
I don't know,
Just
man. I don't think it has
Mexican
much on the
wrestler, I don't know.
cosplayer that got blown up at the gas station.
They blew up.
All right, so I'm gonna deliver my card for suspense, the same way that
Okay.
you guys are doing it. Doing a pretty good job. All right, I'm ready. All right, so our movie stars an unknown who is hiking until he finds Area 51.
Ooh.
He obviously intrigued, definitely want to check out what's going on. He goes through, but he trips up their first line of defense, which is being attacked by a swarm of bees. These bees are genetically engineered, and unfortunately end up turning him into a zombie, which that's unfortunately his demise. That one's also a short film, by the way.
Area
You guys
51.
are running on the same reel over here.
We're at a really like art house film festival right
Yeah.
now. So
In
Area
Iowa.
51's first line of
In
defense is a
Iowa.
swarm of
Iowa.
zombie bees.
Yeah,
Yes.
genetically engineered bees to turn people into zombies.
The X-Files, too many tropes. Blair Witch Project 8.
Damn, I need those titles.
Hilarious.
Okay, I need to recap because I'm laughing too much right now. The memory's going. It don't make no sense.
I had 50 First Graves.
I had the foreign film of Castaway and the baguette.
I have the exploding cosplayer.
I had Heavyweights 2 Electric Boogaloo in space.
Breaking two.
I had X-Files, Too Many Tropes. That was good.
Okay. Time to vote. 3, 2, 1. I gotta give it. I give mine to Mike. The image of him treating a baguette like Wilson is just ridiculous.
Oh, does the baguette have a name?
His name's Francois.
Oh, God.
Mike, Alex, who you guys voting
Mine's
for?
gonna go to Matt. I'm gonna give Matt some love for having to
Mine,
pack all that stuff.
mine goes to Matt.
Nice.
Oh,
Got
so
that round.
I get
So
4
Mike gets
points
it.
for that one. Because I played,
Oh,
I
that's
played
right.
the two set cards there.
Lucky.
It ain't luck, it's skill. I have so many set cards.
I think that this puts us in. Is this the last round?
Yeah, this will be the
This
last
is the
round.
last round, yeah.
All right.
Okay,
Dude,
so
did you
Mike-
really say Electric Boogaloo? I can't believe, man. We've connected on so many levels tonight. Breaking through Electric Boogaloo. You ever seen that? Terrible.
Mike, you are the director for this round.
Oh, come on, dude. Don't put the pressure on me.
How the cookie crumbles.
That's
Oh,
it.
does anybody
So,
have any immediates?
I don't have any immediates.
I haven't immediately. So now that's a star. Good looks has its advantage, but not this time. Take 2 cards from the player you think looks the most like an A-lister. Oof.
None of us.
This is awkward. Go ahead. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and take it from Matt from that bang up job last time. So go ahead and just discard 2 cards, and I'll take 2 from our main deck.
Okay.
All right.
We got enough set cards if you want a choice.
Definitely have some diversity over here. Right?
Do you have a play immediately?
I do not have a play immediately.
Matt, I think play immediately goes to you.
I do not have a play immediately. How about you,
I
Steph?
do not.
Nope.
Okay.
Going over here.
Alrighty. So I guess I started off here.
All right. Yeah.
All right. So we have the Hollywood starlet, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's the set's inside a coffin, and she falls in love with her high school teacher. Alright.
Aww.
Yeah, it's cute. Not this time. All right, let's do it. All right, so there's this bombshell, right? This bombshell who's she's got everything. She's a Hollywood starlet. She lives in Beverly Hills. She's living a life, just an awesome life. But there's still something that's left unsaid. She fell in love with her high school teacher long ago, and she wants to rekindle that flame. So she searches him out. But this guy is turned into a psychotic killer, and she captures her and freaking traps her inside of this coffin in his backyard. And it's kind of like Silence of the Lambs, where like Buffalo was. Oh man, there you go. Oh, not enough.
I'm going
Sorry,
to play
guys.
industry card right now while
Oh.
I can in between.
Okay.
Nothing serious. I'm just trying to look for some more set cards because we need those.
Director wants to shoot in Hawaii. Draw from the main deck until you get a set card. Keep every card drawn in your hand.
What do you
till the
know?
end of the
A set
phase.
card. And I have another one too.
Okay.
I'm gonna do the scenic route one too. That sounded pretty fun.
Ooh. So you're going to be able to play 2 on your turn then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I get to work on my script.
There you go. End scene.
Oh man. Okay, I was waiting for this moment to happen all night. I just looked at Alex's hand. So there's an explanation behind this one.
All right. So, should I show him the cards? Or
Show him the cards.
Okay.
Show him the cards.
Okay, so mine is it's an underwear model. This is our underwear model.
Does he look familiar at all?
It's very handsome.
I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be Mike.
Yeah, that looks
Could
a
either be
striking
me-
resemblance
Could
there
either
with
be
the
me or
hat.
Mike.
And that's how I look at my underwear.
And you didn't
every
know me
day.
before this, so
Well, your hat's
I'm
on the
hanging out
wrong
with my
way.
French
Just
baguette.
for you.
fix that.
Okay, so we can start the clock. We'll just go. I have no idea what I'm gonna say.
All right. Go ahead, Alex.
Okay, so there's an underwear model, and he's sitting at a park bench in his underwear, modeling for,
Oh, yeah.
and it's just making everyone super awkward. So along comes this guy on a tricycle with like these weird circle things on his cheeks, and he just shackles him to the bench. And he says, "Want to play a game? You have to cut off your foot to survive."
Oh man.
And it ends his career as an underwear model because he only has one foot.
I think you're gonna be seeing something
It's
in my
tragic.
underwear if that happens, man.
So I'm going to play this industry card of mine. So it's scary. There's someone in the house. Take 2 cards from the player that looks most like a serial killer. Oh, God. Zoolander 3, Travesty at the Ball.
So 25.
Saw
that-
10, Wedge
ain't-
of Doom.
Wedge of
Ain't that the
Doom.
truth?
Oh, this is so awesome.
I did take Stuck in Traffic. Oh man, I don't know if I wanted to use this card that I just stole from you. I don't think I'm going to. I'm just gonna let it go to waste there.
This is the last round, so now's the time to do it.
Oh, sorry.
That's true.
Sorry about. Matt stole my traffic card. Stuck in traffic. I was gonna use it. And you took my card that lets me play 2 scenes.
Yeah.
So it was the perfect setup.
Yeah. Well, I'm not letting you do that. Okay, so I'm gonna do the slow introduce here. So go ahead and start the timer there. So our setting is the University of Oklahoma. Their philosophy class, but it's not just any philosophy class. It's taught by a talking dog. But it's not just any philosophy class taught by a talking dog. It's a new class every day because there's zero continuity because Mr. Barkington forgets what happened at the end of every day. So every day the students come into class with a fresh perspective from Mr. Barkington, their talking dog professor. That's it. I can't.
We've introduced ourselves 35 times already.
Mr. Barkington, that's
Mr.
fantastic.
Barkington. I love it.
Here's your syllabus.
Take a bite out of the syllabus, if you will. Huh?
Dog Poets Society.
Oh, it's
Longhorns Day.
Gosh.
All right, so
My face
I'm,
hurts. My face
I
hurts
know,
from
mine
laughing.
too. Mine too.
all right. So we've got
we
our
already got this.
so our scene starts in a morgue
Okay, so nice and light and airy film.
in the butcher's freezer inside the morgue.
Oh, that's right. You played your
Ooh.
2.
Yeah, and no other than
Oh, Zambi.
the zombie from X-Files. Too many tropes.
Too many tropes.
Wakes up in the in the butcher's freezer to find out that they discovered to control their superhero powers of of zombie-ness.
Okay, so
I have to elaborate more on that. Anyway, so here we go. So zombie wakes up in the butcher's freezer, and it's like, hey, what happened between getting stung up in the Area 51 defense area versus getting here. So he gets out, realizes that he has these superpowers where he can turn other people into zombies. How unique, right? So anyways, he's upset because he's been caught and he's trying to get out. So he's he's doing whatever he can to turn all these other guards into zombies, and he ends up creating this big zombie army. So now the U.S. government has zombies and killer bees.
but the killer bees make you into zombies.
Yes.
And the zombies make into zombies.
Is there so many
And-
zombies?
and-
No, the zombies make you into bees.
And that's how The Walking Dead starts.
All right.
Get out, Dad.
Get out dead.
I want to make sure I got the movie's called Ghost. I think that's with Keanu Reeves with the pottery and the ghost
That's
thing.
not Keanu Reeves. That's
No, who
Patrick
is it?
Swayze.
I don't know. I'm thinking of a different movie then. But no,
He was like-
it's
he was like
Ghost
70s.
with the
Patrick
pottery.
Swayze and the
Patrick
pottery
Swayze,
to
yes.
be more. Yeah.
Okay, so my movie is a retaking of that medieval themed. Going there.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna do the slow show on there.
Okay.
So our movie starts with our everyday executioner,
Oh, old timey execution.
and of course he's working in the torture chamber, because where else would he work? But the plot is you are named the king's right hand man, but you have to kill your spouse to prove your loyalty. So he comes into work one day. King says, "You want to be my right hand man? You got to kill your wife." Executor says, "Sure." Does it. She comes back as a ghost. Goes to torture him, ends up like she enjoys torturing and helps him torture the people he tortures in the chamber. They kind of have like a scene like Ghost where they're doing the little pottery thing, but they're torturing someone. It's a little dark, but like same premise of the whole movie Ghost.
Yeah, I can hear the Righteous Brothers playing in the background. Oh my love, my darling.
It's like nothing but blood and guts.
50 Shades of Ghost.
Oh god.
50 Shades of Ghost. Oh my gosh.
I was gonna do stuck in traffic and torture chamber, and the executioner was stuck in traffic to get to the torture chamber.
Oh.
That was gonna be the.
Oh.
I was gonna probably use a different plot, but that was the idea until Matt stole it. So.
I don't know, Josh. That was pretty brilliant.
Yeah,
That was
I think I
good.
made it work.
Yeah. That was good.
So quick recap for everyone. So
Okay.
Mike, you first.
Yeah, I had the Hollywood starlet that fell in love with her high school teacher that ended up being the psycho killer and keeping her in her backyard in the coffin.
Mine is underwear model on the park bench with a have to cut your foot off to survive.
Saw 10, the wedge, right?
Yeah, Saw 10.
The wedgie.
The wedgie or something like that. I had the talking dog at the college that didn't remember what happened every day. This is a professor, Mr. Parkington, you know.
Professor Barkington.
I had Get Out Dead. I
Uh,
like that title.
and I had 50 Shades of Ghost.
50 Shades of Ghost. All
Yeah,
right.
this is a tough call. This is a good
Everyone-
one.
I'm gonna start. I'll start off. Mine's going to Josh for sure. I thought that was
Yeah.
just because you also use the name Keanu Reeves and.
Mine
Oh,
goes
that's
to
what I
Josh.
wanted to play, the executioner.
pretty
Yeah, it's
epic.
Keanu. Well, Patrick Swayze is dead, so.
I'm trying to think of the movie Lake House. Is it?
Oh,
is that
yeah,
it?
the one where he puts stuff in the mailbox. He's in, like,
Yeah, I remember that one.
he puts, like, letters in the mailbox, and Sandra Bullock gets them, and that's how they exchange love letters, but they're in different times.
I think Josh is making his case about his movie taste right there by remembering.
I've never seen the movie. I just thought that was the same movie. I've never watched either movie.
I don't know about
So-
that, man.
so
I
you're
think I
going
take my
with
phone
that.
away from
I mean, everyone else voted for you, Josh, but who did you vote for?
I was gonna vote for the talking dog.
Mr. Barkington.
Professor Barkington.
Professor Barkington.
Dr. Barkington to you.
Oh, sorry, doctor.
He didn't spend
Treat
10
that
years
dog with
studying
respect.
psychology to be called Mister.
Did he really study 10 years, or just one day over and over
10,
again?
10 dog years.
Is it a dog day that he forgets, or a human day?
I don't even know.
Oh, God.
That's the difference between a day and a year.
Okay, so Josh, you took that round. You get 3 points for that. So it's time for us to tally up the points here. So Mike and Alex, you guys didn't win anything. I'm sorry.
I thought they tied with you for one.
No.
He's not used to it. I totally am. So we're good here. I'm not gonna cry.
I
Stefan,
actually lose frequently too, though, so it's not as
Stefan,
often
you
as
and
Mike.
Josh tied with 6 points each,
Oof.
and I got 10.
Oh, very nice. Congrats.
Matt, take your ball, my friend.
My face physically hurts from smiling and laughing so much. It's ridiculous.
Yes, mine too.
All right, so Mike, Alex, is there anything else you want to tell us about the game this evening before we do our soft sign-off and go into our first look section of the Spotlight?
Let's see. Our cosplayer card, that was our artist. She drew herself into the game. We had one that almost came up that, where'd it go? I actually drew this card and didn't have a chance to play it. And that's our Greg Louganis card.
He's the only like real person, like person in the game so far that's like named. Well,
That has
his real name.
like the real name on his card. We've got some others like the movie producers, my friend Brad, and
We got like a Cheryl Teagues, who was like a super famous.
Cheryl Teagues she's our supermodel.
Supermodel.
Yeah.
And our second stretch goal, which will go up tomorrow, so it's not going to be a
Yeah,
surprise.
so this is pretty cool. So our second stretch goal, and if we get there, we have Paula Abdul in the game. So that's so random, right? Like
with a Paula Abdul
we
card.
have a Paula Abdul card, so that'll be going in if we get the second stretch.
But these are all people we've reached out to that they're cool with being in the game. So
That's awesome.
So yeah, should be fun. Should be fun.
And so to
Yeah.
remind everyone at home, the Kickstarter is going to be launching tomorrow at noon. So date-wise, that is February 13th.
That's right.
Paula
Got to
Abdul.
double check because I wasn't sure. I'm bad with the dates like that.
Yes, February 13th, 12 o'clock Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Go live on Kickstarter.
Yeah, we'll be live on Facebook too if anybody wants to come and hang out, and we're going live on Facebook a couple minutes before then. So
So I have to ask Josh. Josh, why'd you hand me this card?
Because I actually have a horse mask somewhere in
Oh,
this
you
house.
did. At least, do you have a bloody machete to match? That's the key.
I do have a machete. I could make it bloody.
Oh, God.
all right,
And
this is
that's
getting
why you
weird
look the
now,
most
man.
like a serial killer.
Exactly.
All right, so thank you all for joining us this evening. We're going to do a little soft sign-off right here and then go into our first look section where we talked about our favorite points of the game and then any constructive criticisms that we have. But again, thank you all for joining us. Mike, Alex, thank you guys for joining us. We really do appreciate it. We had a blast. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you so much.
I haven't
That was
laughed
fun.
in
Yeah,
a
that
while.
was great fun.
Yeah, that was belly laughs for real right there. So everyone stay tuned for our first look section, and as a reminder, this stream and all of this week's streams are brought to you by Lethal Chicken Games with WTF, What the Film.
And
there's
this
the chicken.
sexy plush chicken.
That is a lethal looking chicken right there.
And it's on Kickstarter. You can get it on Kickstarter. It's part of our tiers. So
Perfect. All right, and I'm Matt.
Stefan?
Josh?
Thank you, everyone, and we'll see you soon.